Hi, welcome. My name is Mrs. Larson, and I am your student's AP literature teacher. Welcome to Back to School Night. I'll share my presentation with you, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out via email. So this is a little about me. This is my 20th year at Santiago High School. And I went to Scripps College for my undergrad and Claremont Graduate University for my master's in education. And then I can't move that box. You can't see it. But below that, I went and got back another master's in educational administration from Concordia of Irvine. So everything that your students will need for this class can be found on my website, which is mrslarson.com. So feel free to go there, kind of poke around, check things out. The syllabus is linked there as well. This goes over the course description, the objectives of the class, the assigned reading, the novels that the students will need, as well as the grading policy, late work, etc. So there are two places that you can go to see what's going on in class. One is in Canvas, and if you would like to be a observer in the class, that means that you'll be able to see all of the work that your student is submitting. All you have to do is email me, and I would be happy to add you as an observer. Students can find all of their assignments in Canvas on the calendar. Everything is there for them. If they miss a day, they're absent, they can go on and click on the daily slide to see everything that we did and get links to all of the materials. The other place that you want to check is Parent Connect. That is where the grades will be updated as often as possible. I'm usually pretty good about updating them a couple weeks. There is a section called Grades in Canvas, but that is only based on the assignments that have been turned in on Canvas, so it's not accurate. The most accurate place to look is Parent Connect. Semester one, we do a variety of things. Right now, we are in our short story unit. So we read a number of short stories to really practice and hone in on student skills. Students are also reading a novel the first quarter and the second quarter. Go ahead and ask them what novel they selected to read, and they should have acquired at least the first book by now and be starting to read. So ask them how it's going. We will really work on mastering the thesis statement and really refining our body paragraph writing and just starting to get into essay writing. The second quarter after our short story unit, we move into Hamlet. So if you'd like, we do provide a copy of Hamlet for the students, but if you'd like a copy for your students to write in, you're more than welcome to purchase a copy of Hamlet. The leisure reading I talked about, the students pick two novels that they are going to read this semester with a group of students that are sitting at their table. And then at the very, very end, we just start to kind of wet our feet with some poetry. That's mostly the focus for second semester. And we start off second semester looking at poetry. And then our second class novel is A Raisin in the Sun. So this is a wonderful play. I would definitely recommend that students have a copy of this if you want them to be able to write in it. If not, we provide them a copy, and there is a PDF that they can read online as well. We also do Brave New World. That is towards the end of second semester, well, more like mid-semester. And again, if that is something that you wish to purchase, you absolutely may. If not, we do provide it in our textbook room. So students will still be reading every day. They will master the thesis, definitely, body paragraphs, and really the whole essay, and look at the various types of essays that will be on the AP exam. And this is where they really start to improve their accuracy and making sure that they are really focusing in on the most important parts of the text. The AP exam will happen in May, and we hope everyone signs up for it. We really feel that we do a great job preparing students for it. What's great about our AP program for literature is that there are 3 teachers who teach AP literature, and we do the same thing every day. So whatever's happening in my class is what's happening in Plabani's class and what's happening in Niall's class. So we work very closely as a team to provide an equitable experience for your students. One of the unique things that we have in this class is a standards-based grading scale, and your students may or may not have told you about this, and you can see it in the syllabus, but everything in this course is scored on a scale of 1 to 5. So a 5 means that they have exceeded the expectations for that particular standard. A 4 is great. That means that they have met the expectations. They have mastered that particular skill. A 3 means that they're just approaching and they've almost mastered that skill. 2 is they're definitely struggling with it. And a 1 means I have no evidence of learning. So we want everyone to be scoring in the 4 and the 5 range. If students score a 1, 2, or a 3 on any assignment, they are absolutely able to make it up. They can revise the assignment. And so what that might look like is, let's say I had them write a thesis statement on an act in Hamlet. So they wrote a thesis statement for Hamlet and they scored a 3 on it. They were missing a couple things. They weren't quite there. What I might then do is say, okay, I want you not to revise that thesis statement, but now I want you to revise a thesis statement for Act 2. So I still want them to take the same skill, but apply it to something different. Because if I've given them feedback, they can easily go and just, change a few things around, but I need to know that they can demonstrate independent mastery. And so that goes for all of the skills that we have in this class. There's probably a couple assignments that are summative in nature, meaning that the students can't revise them. But other than that, they can revise anything that they want. So really, when it comes down to the end of the semester, there's really no reason that they shouldn't have an A or a B in the class because they can revise things as many times as they want. We also accept late work within a quarter. So things from quarter 1 are due at the end of quarter 1. Things from quarter 2 are due at the end of quarter 2. There is a 20% deduction on that. So, we certainly encourage them to turn in everything on time, but if something happens, they forget, whatever, they do have that opportunity to turn in late work and kind of redeem themselves come the end of the quarter. One of the other things that we explain to students is this is an AP class. And if we have, let's say, 20 standards that students need to master by the end of the year or by the end of the semester, let's say, in order to pass the class, and we're meaning with an A or a B, maybe even a C. If we want them to get an A, B, or C, which is what they're going to need for college, we need them to have mastered at least half of the standards. So that's our expectation. Now, mathematically, it is possible for a student to have mastered less than half of the standards and have a C in the gradebook. If a student has mastered less than half of the standards for an AP class, we, outside of the mathematic part, don't really see that as equating with passing an AP class. To pass an AP class, you need to have mastered at least half of the standards at a bare minimum. And so at the end of each quarter, we'll have students look at their assignments. And if they haven't mastered half of the standards, they won't be able to earn that C. So that is something I'll be making, sending emails home, calls home, and maybe even texts or things like that if a student is in jeopardy of not passing because they haven't mastered half of the standards. So when you're in Parent Connect, you want to take a look at what scores they're getting. Are they getting a 2 or a 3, a 4, or a 5? And you want to make sure that more than half of the assignments, they have scored a 4 or a 5. Okay, and that indicates that they're being successful in this class. I just talked about that part. So revise work, revise, revise, revise. They can do it as many times as they want. Remember, it's just a different assignment. I have it marked really clearly in Canvas. They can click on the assignment. If they want to revise Hamlet Thesis Act 1, they just click on the revision Thesis Hamlet Act 1. Click on that, and it will describe what it is that they need to do for the revision assignment. We really encourage them to attend office hours. Those are every Thursday and Friday. I will have tables that are set aside for intervention, for makeup work. Please, please, please encourage your students to attend those office hours. And then they need to reach out for help. They need to communicate with me and let me know what's going on and what they need and how I can help them be successful in this class. So that is everything that I have to share with you this evening. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. If you go to mrslarson.com, all of my contact information is there. And I look forward to a really great year. Hope you have a nice evening.